Welcome to another South Dakota Travel Guide installment. Today's adventure takes us into one of the most geologically unique landscapes I have ever visited, Badlands National Park. With over 240,000 acres to explore, various fossil beds, dozens of wildlife sighting opportunities and hiking trails, you could easily spend several days within the park. Before we travel to the next national park on this vacation, let's briefly recap the events of Day 3. We began our day with a spelunking adventure deep within the earth at Jewel Cave National Monument. I was astonished when our tour guide informed us that there could potentially be up to 5,000 miles of unexplored passageways. You must add this cave to your South Dakota vacation itinerary. Afterwards, we stopped in the quaint mountainside town of Keystone for a lunch break at the historical Ruby House restaurant. I highly recommend trying their local trout, which is grilled to perfection. My father ordered the Navajo tacos made of Indian fry bread, which were phenomenal. Keystone is a great location for a pit stop due to its close proximity to many points of interest and national monuments. It also has a great Wild West feel as you walk through the streets and appreciate the unique architecture. You will find souvenir shops with crafts made by locals from around the Black Hills region. Overall, Keystone was one of my favorite local towns while visiting the Black Hills on this vacation. Afterwards, we traveled to Reptile Gardens, which is the largest reptile exhibit in the world. The complex itself consists of several buildings to explore, as well as a central botanical garden and sky dome. I highly recommend visiting this place if you are staying within the Rapid City region, because it was above and beyond my expectations, and definitely one of the highlights of this journey out west. Our adventure commenced in Rapid City as we traveled roughly 60 miles east on Interstate 90 to Badlands National Park. My father and I will be stopping by most of the 15 overlooks within the park, traveling along Badlands Loop Road, also known as Highway 240, which cuts directly through the park, the Ben Rifle Visitor Center, and over 5 geologically unique hiking trails with pristine views of the Badlands. Sit back and enjoy today's one-of-a-kind adventure to an all-time favorite destination. The name Badlands National Park poses an interesting question. Why would you try to entice people to visit a park by calling it bad? In truth, the name is a homage to people that lived in the Badlands before it was a national park. For hundreds of years, the Lakota people have called this area Mako Sika, which literally translates to Badlands. The Badlands presents many challenges to easy travel. When it rains in the Badlands, the wet clay becomes slick and sticky, making it very difficult to cross. The jagged canyons and buttes that cover the landscape also make it hard to navigate. The winters are cold and windy, the summers are hot and dry, and the few water sources that exist are normally muddy and unsafe to drink. These factors make the land difficult to survive in, and evidence of early human activity in the Badlands points to seasonal hunting rather than permanent habitation. One final fun fact about the name of the Badlands National Park. In 1922, when Badlands was first proposed as a national park, the suggested name was Wonderland National Park. Surrounded by grassy prairies, the park is the largest of its kind in the United States and consists of rocky, eroded pinnacles and buttes that suddenly appear on the flat landscape. Very cold winters and hot summers characterize the region, and just 16 inches of rainfall per year. Many years ago, the Badlands looked much like the rolling grasslands that surrounded the area today. But about 500,000 years ago, water began to erode the ground, revealing 6 layers of geologic history dating from 28 to 75 million years ago. The resulting peaks, buttes, and pinnacles expose gray, yellow, and red layers, creating colorful images. Erosion continues at about 1 inch per year, with sediment traveling via the Missouri and Mississippi rivers to the Gulf of Mexico. President Franklin Roosevelt officially proclaimed and founded the park as a national monument in 1939. It became a national park by an act of Congress in 1978, but the road to its status started well before 1939. The South Dakota legislature recognized the area as early as 1909 as one to be preserved, but it was not until two men joined forces in the 1920s that action occurred, leading to its founding. South Dakota U.S. Senator Peter Norbeck and local homesteader Ben Milliard worked tirelessly and received approval to preserve the area as a national monument in 1929. Welcome everyone to Badlands National Park. So what kind of prairie dogs out there? What an amazing sight, guys. I've been wanting to come to this place for years. This is just incredible.
This is the Yellow Mounds overlook, and you're going to see why right now. Right there. I'm going. Oh, I'm not. I'm going to climb the Yellow Mound now and see what's up here. Ta-da! Oh boy. Not a bad view. Not a bad view this way either. Buddy, up somebody. way to the edge. Some pretty little wildflowers too. Cactus in the road, right there. Look at the little guy. Right by Panorama Point overlook.
Alright guys, we're about to do the fossil trail here at the Badlands. Our first hike for today. This place is just mind-blowing too. Even better than what I thought it would be. This sign over here basically explains the rock layers in the Badlands National Park contain fossils that show dramatic cooling and drying of global climate over millions of years. So this is very amazing. Look at this. So those formed 28 to 30 million years ago. like we gotta watch out for some rattlesnakes. Look at this. It's called ammonite. So as the sea receded, ammonites could no longer survive in this area, and they are relatives of the octopus and squid, with a coiled shell over their bodies. That's amazing. Here's what they look like back in the day, 75 million years ago. So this area was basically a giant ocean, as you can see from this depiction right here. Wow. Alright, this other one, it says Megaceropes. These huge herbivores resemble modern rhinoceroses, but were from a different family. They became extinct around 34 million years ago. Here we go, we have the alligator. They were common in this area and throughout North America, and as the climate changed, alligators moved to the warm, wet environments in the southeast. Really interesting. Oh, look at this, horse, nice. A three-toed horse lived in the open woodlands here 30 to 37 million years ago. Hello. Alright guys, here's our next little artifact here. Ancient dog, one of the earliest members of the dog family, but it looked more like a weasel or mongoose. The landscape is just simply amazing here. This one's called Nimravid. Nimravids resembled large saber-toothed cats, but they are from a different family, now extinct. Okay, so this trail was a less than a quarter mile, so it's perfect for a family with small children here. And this one is called the Orodont, I believe. So Orodont fossils are common in the Badlands National Park, but it is rare to find a nearly complete specimen like this one here. They're now extinct. They resembled sheep or pigs, but are unrelated. Here's what they look like. And that's going to do it for us today at the fossil trail here at the Badlands National Park. Really beautiful, otherworldly location.